Willow Springs Station. This will be home for the next few nights.
Yep, absolutely.
Hello, so we're here at Willow Springs Station and we thought we'd do a little bit of a walk today. So about a 3.5 hour round trip.
About a 7k walk.
The flies are
Crazy.
Absolutely mental, but the scenery is really pretty. So I don't know if you can see this on the video, but there's some little red flowers on the cliff on the other side. This area is called Little Spring, and it's a natural aquifer, so the water comes through the rocks. Really beautiful. We didn't realise, but there's actually a natural or a native pine tree. So you'll see quite a bit of it in the Flinders Rangers. It almost feels un-Australian not having gum trees but having pine trees. Quite a different sort of scene, a different vibe that you get. Feels, I guess I've never been to the States, but it looks a little bit like the footage that you get from America. You can see all the pines up there on the hill, and then our beautiful gum trees.
So there's Reedy Creek.
Reedy Creek?
Yep. This is a really big patch of river red gums coming right through here. And it is probably due to the fact that there is a natural spring there, so there's a lot of water that's year round. Just look at these magnificent red gums huge. Right through this little valley.
And I just talked about the native pine trees that are here as well.
Yep.
So it's such a stark contrast here from the really dry hills to the green hills. Oh my god, you can't stand still for too long around here. The flies are nasty. So if you're coming out this way, fly nets, piss off, long sleeve clothes. So the story is, when this huge rock fell, that it was heard from one of the employees at the homestead. Somewhere in this area are Aboriginal etchings or hieroglyphs. We spent so long looking for them and eventually gave up. Good morning.
Morning.
So yesterday's walk really did us in. Brenton has a cold and he's still recovering from that, so a bit short of breath. I don't know whether I'm getting it or if I've got really bad hay fever, but
there's a lot of pollen around, so possibly
yeah,
hay fever.
Also struggling a bit with breath, so not at our best health for doing a walk. But absolutely beautiful scenery. Unfortunately, the flies
were a bit of a killjoy.
But today
we are in the car and we're actually doing SKYTREK, a must-do four-wheel drive adventure up in the Flinders Rangers.
It's about an 80-kilometre circuit to go all the way around. The last 20 kilometres is quite gnarly and hectic.
Yep, so that's four-wheel drive, low range for 20 k's.
Yeah, so I'm not keen to do that. Just because the whole four-wheel driving thing freaks me out a little bit, but the rest of it will be a really nice, enjoyable look around the station.
Yep.
So we'll take you along with us. So this is one of the areas that they muster the sheep to during shearing, because their wool shed holding yards aren't big enough for the whole mob that they've got. So they bring some here and they then take them down in a day shearing size to the wool shed. trees are bullock bush, often mistaken for introduced olives. They've got a really similar shape and a leaf shape. Yeah, looks like someone's just come along and planted them all. Varied landscape, isn't it?
Yeah, every turn we take the landscape's different.
Yeah, just absolutely beautiful. Really seen it. Just spotted some more emus out there. So we've seen 3 lots today? 3 moths. 500 million years ago, this area was a shallow sea, and you can see the ripples on the rocks. Like patterns of sand in the bottom of the sea. So there you go. So it's probably really hard for you to see in the GoPro, but what I'm going to point to now is Willow Range, to the right there, and then straight in front of us in the distance is
Rep Hook Hill. Rep Hook Hill.
And looks like I have a gate to open.
Yep. So this is almost the centre of Willow Springs Station.
Cool. It's, yeah, staggeringly beautiful.
And we're only 14.5 k's into our 60k round trip.
So that's Moxon's hut. It's used for accommodation here. So I'm about to have my first outback long drop experience. I'll let you know how I go. There you go, not too shabby, and they even supply you with toilet paper. So this is old Moxon's hut, and it was used as a permanent dwelling until 1960 by a station employer. So we'll go and have a look. Oh wow, this is awesome. Pretty rustic. So apparently the chimney here collapsed and was restored in 1997 after a 7-inch downpour of rain. So it collapsed it and they rebuilt it. Possibly an old long drop out here? I don't know.
I would probably think it probably was.
So similar to the Great Wall of China that we visited, where you've got the rocks on the top of the mountains and it looks like someone's built a wall. Very cool. boulders that have fallen down from the top of the mountain here. They're pretty awesome to see. Need it, but the next 4 kilometers are a rugged uphill climb. Yay! Well, we made it.
Easy.
That was enough excitement for me for one day. So you would have seen the Valley of Pyramids as well, which we went through, and we're just running through an area of mulga trees. Mulga trees were used for fence posts, have a couple of sheep and some mallee trees. So we've seen many a mallee stump, haven't we?
We have.
Goes the sheep.
Just a little.
Absolutely stunning scenery, mind-blowing. We're just going to stop and have a lunch break.
Toilet, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Up in the top of this tree is the eagle's nest, which is where we've stopped for lunch. We saw a couple flying around on the way here, and we're in a creek bed which is 303 meters above sea level, and it's the lowest point on the station. Beautiful spot, huge gum trees here as well.